The battle for King of New York, Jay-Z versus Nas. After the tragic death of the notorious B.I.G., the throne for the King of New York was empty, and two of hip-hop's most brilliant lyricists were on a collision course to claim it. This is the story of Jay-Z versus Nas. It started not with a diss track, but with a no-show. The year is 1996. Jay-Z is recording his debut album, Reasonable Doubt. He invites Nas to feature on a track called Bring It On, but Nas never showed up. Jay-Z took it as a sign of disrespect. The seed was planted. So on his track, Dead Presidents 2, Jay-Z used a sample of Nas's voice from The World Is Yours, a subtle nod. But Nas heard it as a shot. He fired back on his own track, The Message, with lines about fake G's and one life to live rappers. The subliminal war had begun. The two biggest rappers in New York were moving their pieces into place. It's Summer Jam 2001. Jay-Z is headlining and decides it's time to stop being subtle. He first puts Mobb Deep on blast, but then he turns his attention to his real target. He drops the first verse of a new, ruthless track, Takeover. On the official album version, Jay-Z launches an all-out assault on Nas's career, calling his discography a one hot album every 10-year average. He called the legendary Illmatic a fluke and claimed Nas had fallen off. The track was a hostile bid for power, a declaration that Jay-Z was not just the king of New York, but the ruler of the entire game. The disrespect was undeniable. The war was on. And Nas was about to drop a response that would become a verb.
Nas knew he had to come back with something nuclear. He didn't just want to answer Jay-Z, he wanted to obliterate him. He created a monster. A diss track so vicious, its name became a new word in the hip-hop dictionary. Ether. From the opening line, Nas went for the jugular, attacking Jay-Z's credibility, his looks, and his originality. He accused Jay-Z of stealing lines and style from the notorious B.I.G., calling him a cheap imitation of a legend. He questioned his street authenticity, calling him the fake king of New York. The track was brutal, personal, and masterfully executed. The hip-hop world was stunned. The consensus was clear: Nas won the battle. But Jay-Z wasn't going to let that be the last word. His response would be even more personal and controversial. Jay-Z was furious. He quickly dropped a freestyle over the Got Yourself a Beat called Super Ugly. And he crossed a line. He got deeply personal, rapping about the mother of Nas's child. The beef had moved from lyrical skill to real-life venom. The track was so ugly that Jay-Z's own mother called him and told him to apologize. It was a step too far. For a few years, the beef simmered down into occasional subliminal shots, but the fire was mostly gone. The war had taken its toll. Then, in 2005, at his I Declare War concert, Jay-Z did the unthinkable. He called for a ceasefire. He brought out his arch-rival Nas. In front of a stunned crowd in New Jersey, the two titans shook hands and officially ended the war. They would go on to sign Nas to Def Jam and collaborate on the track Black Republican, turning the greatest rivalry in rap into a powerful alliance. What's the greatest hip-hop beef of all time?